Hey there everybody, and welcome back to more of these new content videos for week 13 with the new build for season 2. So I just showed it y'all the late model stock. This is the last video before this, so check it out. So now we're moving on to Europe, where we're gonna meet I'm American, so I'm gonna mispronounce the word probably. But I googled it, and this is how you're supposed to pronounce it in so I'm gonna give it my best, trying to pronounce these words. But we got the Renault Clio. You know how you pronounce the word? Hold on. I did some practice. Google's saying right now, or Renault. You know, there's different ways to say this word, and I don't know how you're supposed to say it in French. But thankfully, my sister-in-law is a French, so I can ask her later about how you say it correctly. But yeah, anyway, we got Renault here, and this car, the Clio, is one of the most popular cars in Europe. It's like the top 5 most popular cars. You have to think of it like the Ford F-15. I'm sorry, Ford F-150 in style of how popular this car is. So super popular in Europe, and that's why we got this series coming to iRacing. That came to iRacing because it's a super popular car and supposed to like appealing to the Europeans on the service. So it's gonna be, I think it's just gonna be a fun car to drive. It seemed, I've been watching the races on YouTube, and it seemed to be a lot like the Toyota GR86. So I think I can do pretty well with this car. It's gonna be on the slower side of the cars that we have on iRacing. It's gonna be a D-class racing series. But at the same time, I think this is gonna be very popular. I think a lot of people are gonna be loving to drive this car. So I think this is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna be doing this car over the next season, and you can already tell I did a paint of this car already to prepare for this over the last couple days. Thankfully, the templates came out early, so I get to mess around with the paint. Alright, well, we are gonna test drive this car in Italy. Alright, here we are. Alright, getting the overlays on. So this is gonna drive. Try to lure the sea. We'll see how this is gonna go. It's my first time ever driving this, so I don't know what to expect.
Give us a few clean laps to get our fuel numbers.
See where we're gonna be shifting. Actually planted onto the track pretty good. So that's actually pretty good. We'll be over. Oh gee. Already over. Oh gee. Already missing the corner. Well, that caught me by surprise for sure. Alright, so it doesn't brake very well, which is what you expect out of a Class D car. It's not supposed to be that good at braking. I would say the acceleration feel pretty smooth. And I did a late shift. Sorry about that. Apparently there's a thing called the rear brake value. Interesting. So I guess you could be adjusting the brakes. So F is the forward wheels drive. So it's supposed to be pretty tight in the corners. It's supposed to not be super easy to get around this corner. It's gonna feel closer to touring cars. Comparing. Oh, why is it not off? Hold on. Get that out of the way. Alright, well that was a little bit choppy for the first lap. But we're figuring out the forward wheels here, the FWD. Oh, it's a bit of a, yeah, I feel like a brick trying to turn this around. It does feel like a brick trying to turn this car. But again, that's what you would spit out of forward wheels, I think. I could be wrong, so somebody correct me, but definitely feel like a brake. Definitely feel like a brick. I'm sorry. See what happens if I try to bump up the number to 40. Alright, better. Like I said, this is my first time driving this car, so I'm just figuring out how it's supposed to brake. And I need to really focus on the shifting too. Oh gee. Kinda lost it a little bit. Alright, this is not an easy car for me to drive, but I'm not used to the forward wheels drive. So that's probably it too. Tight in corners, which is rigid learning. Right now I do practice, I have to find the limits to these cores. This corners always gets me at this track. And there's an off track. Thankfully this doesn't count as a test drive, so figuring out how to drive this. Cool. Another lock up. You really have to brake earlier than you think with this core. Or it's gonna lock up like I did, and it's gonna send you into the sandbox. Yeah, I'm on the struggle boat learning, but that's to be expected for the first time. I already see a lot of problems coming from people missing the brake mark. I can see people going in too deep and caught lots up. And it's gonna cause all crashes. There we go. That's a little bit better. So if you like driving tighter cores, this is it for you comparing to pure ESET. Pretty much have to adjust the driving style for this car for sure. It's gonna be way out once again. Again, it's very tight in the corners. Oh gee. Also have to be careful in the braking, or you're just gonna lock up and slide through the corner. I can already tell this is gonna be quite a learning curve for this car. Alright, so that's gonna be interesting. See how we're gonna drive this car for next season. Does this car handle Gamma's model? I don't know if it does. I know for sure it just didn't come in New Gamma's model until this season. Alright, we're gonna grab the car real quick, see if there's a Gamma's model or not. What kind of Gamma's model it is. And we're upside down.
You knocked your wheels out of alignment.
Well, I sideways, but
Your car has too much damage.
and we're
We've
just
got to fix
bouncing
it.
around. We're just dancing. Now we're good. Yep, it's old Gamma's model, I think. I could be wrong. I have to check the release notes, and you should too. Always check the release notes. Cool. Well, that was a real struggle. Trying to learn how to drive this thing, but I'll get better. Of course, I'll get better with this. It's just gonna take some practice for me to get used to the driving style of this car, but I'll get there for sure. I'll get there eventually. I think this is gonna be a lot of fun learning a whole new car. Maybe we'll get 3 wins with this car, like we get in Jura Cup. Maybe not. I'm not used to 4 wheels, but it's exactly what this car is. It's like the slower version of the touring cup cars. So anyway, that's the new car. I hope you're enjoying the content. Let me know what y'all think about this car, and also let me know what y'all think about, I guess, anything in general. Make sure you like the video and leave a subscription if you're new to the channel. You know, all the usual crap that the YouTubers are asking their viewers. Anyway, I'll catch y'all later. Have a good one.